right. Welcome, everybody. I'm Susanna from Fiesta Ottawa. I'm here with the lovely Lydia from Meetings Catering or Meetings BBQ. And she's going to share with us today what Meetings does and can offer for your corporate, your wedding, your private backyard party, your birthday event, whatever event you have. They can bring the meat to your door. So welcome, Lydia.
Thank you.
Welcome. It's quite a day today. Another lockdown announced today. So we're going to go moving forward and share today a little bit about what you've been experiencing for the last year with all your clients.
Lots of up and down, to say the least. We always want to plan for the best. So people kind of go in optimistically and planning for kind of larger events like 100, 150 people. And then we end up having to, cut it down to 25 or 50 people, depending on what the restrictions are at the time. But that's the great thing about what we do. And my job is that we can be flexible with that. So, one day we'll have some postponements. Sure, no problem. We'll just book you into the new date. And some days we just reduce the amount of guests that are going to events, and that's no problem either. We want to make it work for whatever you guys need to have an event where we can just provide good food. That's our bottom line.
And good food it is. We'll share some images at the end of the video of some of the meeting setups so that you can watch that later. That will be to come. For your weddings, what is the most popular right now?
In terms of food?
Sure.
Definitely our 2 meat packages. That one's huge. It's a great deal because you get loads and loads of meat. You can choose from brisket, ribs, chicken, pulled pork, and then we have our vegetarian jackfruit as well. So you get to pick 2 of those, and then it also comes with 3 sides of your choice. So if there's one thing that Meetings Catering is known for, is that no one goes hungry at a Meetings wedding. So that's definitely our most popular. And then it just suits everyone's needs as well, because you can have some meat, you can have some veggie, you have some salad. I don't think I have a single wedding this year that doesn't have mac and cheese somewhere on their menu. That one is huge as well, and I don't blame them. But yeah, those are definitely the biggest things we have on the menu.
Wonderful, wonderful. So for when Meetings does their events with weddings, do they go to people's houses or venues or both?
Both. We do both. Absolutely. There are a lot of venues around Ottawa that allow outside caterers. So we can actually bring our equipment on site. And we prefer to do all the cooking on site because we go for a full sensory experience. We want your guests to be able to smell the food. We want to let them see it being cooked. They can interact with our chefs. Our chefs are super, super passionate about what they do. So they can talk about the food. And then you get to eat it at the end. And it's fantastic. And then we are fully self-sufficient. So we just leave at the end of the event. You don't have to worry about cleaning up after us. We bring everything ourselves. And then we also do backyard weddings and events. So we can do that, either bring our equipment on site, or we can also just do drop-offs. That's the big one we're pushing this year, is that if it's a smaller event, you don't necessarily want to have to pay for the staff to be on site to do the cooking and the serving. Everyone's budgets are a little bit tighter. So we can just do drop-offs instead, where we drop off the food in chafing dishes. We get it all set up, and then you guys just help yourselves.
What a wonderful option. Because with a smaller event, you're right. It's sometimes you're like, oh, do I really want to spend the money on the staff? Labor,
yeah, exactly.
Labor adds money to the bottom line. And yes, that's good for meetings, but if it doesn't fit the budget, you still have another option to offer your clients. That's a wonderful idea.
Mm-hmm.
And for when you go and handle all your wedding consultations with the brides and the grooms, you also offer a rental package usually, if it's a backyard event, right?
Exactly. So backyard or venues. A lot of venues don't provide the rentals either. So,
oh yes, correct.
Yeah, so we're happy to take that on as well. And that's where Fiesta comes in super handy.
This is how we work well together.
Absolutely. Exactly. We just send the request to you and you're like, done. Absolutely. In a heartbeat, we'll have it dropped off and picked up. And the couples love that option. Their favorite thing is not having to do dishes at the end of the night. So that comes in really handy. But yeah, we're happy to do all the rentals for dinnerware, including tables and chairs, like everything Fiesta can do. That's what we'll provide for you guys. And then we also do bartending services.
Oh, that's true. Very, very true. Very true. Yeah. And great bartending services from what I hear out through the grapevine. So that's always nice to hear when I hear people talking, about events that you've been at. That's always really nice.
Yeah.
So that's for the wedding side. For the corporate side, what's happening in the market these days?
We actually have quite a few lunch drop-offs that are coming up. So we have birthdays, retirement parties, or just like, hey, we know everyone's kind of feeling down, so bosses just want to treat their employees to a nice lunch. So for those ones, we often do like sandwich combos and taco combos. Those are really popular. And then we just come and drop them off to the workplace and everyone can just enjoy them and meeting together. And then they can also pick from our catering menu as well. So they have a few different options. And then from the restaurant menu, we have like our sharing platters, just stuff like that. We can deliver it all around Ottawa. But that's definitely another one that's coming up over the next few weeks.
Wonderful, wonderful. And Meetings BBQ, are they now fully moved in and operational on Canatech Road?
They are. So we officially have
Wonderful.
our catering and restaurant in the same venue, which is fantastic. And then we have our patio open for whenever we can get into the patio season. We're even looking to expand that because it was so popular last year. So we still have a couple of little renovations that are going on right now, but we are fully moved in. Everyone's in the same place under the same roof, and it's absolutely fantastic.
Wonderful. I know that was quite the struggle at the start of COVID, but you've managed to persevere and get it done through COVID. And it's now a year later. So it takes time, but we're there, right? This is a
Exactly.
real win-win.
Yeah, definitely.
Perfect. What are the most popular venues that you seem to go to?
Definitely the Herb Garden. That one's absolutely gorgeous. We've started working a lot more with the Cumberland Bell as well. That one is very, very cute, very white backdrop. So there's so much that you can do with it. Absolutely gorgeous. What else do we have? The other one is Bleaks and Bergamot. That's a fairly new one that we're starting to work with. And then we also do the museums. So we do the agricultural farm, we do the Museum of Nature, yeah, basically any venues that allow any outside caterers. Those are just kind of the top ones that come to mind, but we're pretty happy to go anywhere that'll have us.
Exactly. And on top of that, all the private places are the people's backyards, right? So there's a lot of those, I am sure.
Yeah, absolutely. We have
Yeah.
quite a few, like even out in Perth this year,
Mhm.
especially the backyard ones. That's where we bring our equipment on site to make it super fresh. And then we do drop-offs all over Ottawa as well. So we are all over the place.
That is excellent. That is super excellent. And for the COVID adjustments, how have you been able to move with the times or move with the lockdowns as they come and go and come and go? And
The biggest key is keep smiling and then just being flexible. So I'm very, very proud about being able to communicate with our couples and our clients to work with them for whatever changes they're looking to make. Like I said, whether they're having to cancel, which is really sad, or if they have to postpone, or like I said, reducing guest counts, anything like that. We just want to work with them. So the deposit is transferable if you want to change it to another event. I know a lot of couples last year in particular, they ended up just having a little intimate thing. So they'd have like 10 people for the ceremony, and then they just plan a reception a little bit later on with like 50 people. And we've been able to cater both in some cases, which is fantastic. So yeah, as long as, you know, we can work out a solution that works best for everyone. Like I said, the main thing we want to do is just give people good food and a good experience and just help them to celebrate the most exciting day in their lives. That's what I want to do.
wonderful, because it's been a challenge. This last year has been a huge challenge trying to meet the demand with the reschedulings. And oh, we're not doing it this year, we're doing it next year. Some people are looking at this year going, I still don't want to do it this year, I'm going to do it in 2022 now. And of course, you know, for food, you haven't bought it yet, but you know, you yourself are now meeting and connecting with all your different vendors, me being one of them. I need to change the date of the tent. I need to change the date of the rentals. Are they available on that date? What's not available on that date? What can we do? So I understand, you know, what you need to do because I'm on the receiving end. So I know you've got all your irons in a fire to make it happen for all these brides and grooms every time they do make a date change. It's not so simple then just to change the date on the paperwork. There's a lot behind the scenes that you need to do to take care of for them.
Yeah,
And I
absolutely.
get that.
But I'm happy to do it.
I know.
As crazy as
And
it sounds.
we just have to make it happen so that, you know, COVID times brings different challenges to the table. But Meetings has done very well this past year during the pandemic.
Mhm.
which has been great. And the fact that you have a beautiful patio now, I think really helped last summer.
Oh, definitely huge. Yeah, we're very lucky to be able to operate as a restaurant. So, we're on all the delivery apps. So even when there is a lockdown, as long as we can still do takeout and delivery and everything, then we're still operating.
Right. And I think too, the fact that you have a restaurant is a really huge bonus for your brides
Mhm.
and even for your corporate clients, because they can, without appointment, test your food.
Exactly. And that's where the sharing platters come in handy, because that's basically the 2 meat package right there. You get 2 proteins and a bunch of sides. So, if you're not too sure if meetings is quite what you want for your event, then you can try a little bit. And then if you decide you like it, then you reach out to me and we take it from there.
See, it's a great offer all around, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Is there anything else that I might have not brought up that you would like to share, or things that you've done or experiences you've had?
Honestly, everyone's been really, really positive throughout the whole thing. As much as my heart goes out to all the couples that are having to postpone or cancel for the second or even third time in some cases, everyone has still been so friendly and so supportive, and they've been flexible as well. So that's why I'm so happy to be doing the job that I'm doing, because we have the best people. Meetings has a great following. They have a lot of great support and great vendors as well. Rental companies and the tent companies and toilet companies, everyone that we partner with, everyone has just been so supportive and positive throughout the whole thing, even in the worst of times. So seeing that resilience has just given me so much life. It
Well,
makes it
that's good.
that little bit easier. And then, yeah, in terms of any advice to anyone planning events, is just to always have a backup plan, because you don't know. I mean, we had some times last year where within 24 hours we had to change our plans. We make it work, we made it happen, and people were happy. That's our goal. But yeah, just always have a backup plan in case you can't have your 100 people. Make a plan for 50 people, 25 people, and then communicate that with your planners, with your coordinators. And then that way, what your wedding's going to look like in the end, and that no matter what, it's going to be a great experience.
That is so true. So true. So now for everybody, just want to make sure everybody knows the address of Meetings BBQ on Canada Tech is.
Oh gosh, good question. I don't know
Yeah,
that
I
off by
know where it is.
heart.
I just don't know the number. It's like 53 something, I think.
Yeah, let me pull that up. I think it's 5380 on Canatech Road. We're right at the back of the buildings. There are a couple of doors, but you just have to swing around the building in order to get there. Come in through the main door, and then that's where we have our patio as well, so you can't miss it.
And it's a fair size patio.
It is, and we're, like I said, we're looking to expand it. So once we're allowed to get more people, we will be so happy to welcome everyone, and hopefully plan some events on the patio as well.
On your personal patio this summer.
Yes, exactly.
That I'm looking forward to that. I'm hoping to see more of that happen, because to get people there, I think, is a really great idea, because you have such a wonderful location.
Mhm.
You don't have any housing complex nearby, so there should be nobody complaining about noise.
Well, we are pretty close to the road. That makes us super easy to find off the highway, because
Right.
you just go off the Montreal Road exit, and then we're like just a couple of turns from there. Super, super easy to find. But especially in the sunshine, we have like wide open patio for the sunshine. So it's a beautiful day when you can come and enjoy a nice barbecue.
Excellent. That's wonderful. Well, I really want to take this time and thank you so much for coming to meet with me today. I think it's just absolutely great that you were able to make that and fit that into your schedule, because I know it is pretty wild and crazy. And we look forward to seeing a lot more events this year happening. Fingers crossed that after this next 28-day lockdown, that enough people will have been vaccinated that we can continue on and bring those barbecue food to the table all summer
Exactly.
long.
Absolutely. Whatever the event looks like, if it's 25 people, if it's 100 people, we're ready for it. We're so ready to just start doing events again.
No kidding. No kidding. I'll be there right behind you. I'm ready
Perfect.
as well. And I'm also ready to see more people.
Right.
Different
To actually
faces.
see them in person.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, again, thank you so much, Lydia, for coming out. And yeah, we'll be sharing that, and I'll let you know when this is all live and ready to go.
Sounds great. Thank you so much, Susanna. It was a pleasure. I really appreciate what you're doing for the industry here. It's absolutely fantastic.
Oh, no problem. I love it. All right.
Yeah.
Have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
Take care.